So we're here with Jodi Roebuck on his gorgeous property in New Zealand. I've been working here with him for the past week and we've been doing a whole bunch of stuff. Compost, bed prep, seeding. We even did a slaughter and some butchery.
Sheeps in the chiller.
Yeah.
Last year's lambs.
Yeah, the variability, we spoke about that, of tasks. You're never doing the same thing for more than a couple hours. Is that a farming thing or more of a small scale farming thing?
Typically in farming it's quite repetitious, you know.
Yeah.
To make a big generalisation, one person on a landscape working by themselves doing similar tasks, maybe seasonal workers come in, do a repetitive task at the peak of the season, and that's a big generalisation. And 33 years in food production now, my first 4 years were in commercial orchard work, same thing every day for months. So we're in Taranaki on the west coast of the North Island, super wet and windy, 2.3 metres of rain a year. We direct market these days baby leaf mixed salad into town, but we do a ton of other stuff as well. So we're protein producers, but the proteins are for our diet, not for our income.
Right, yep.
And to answer your question full circle, these days in a maturing business, we are doing a lot of different tasks in a day. Generally, we are planting and harvesting each morning, and then continuing on with other tasks, depending on what's happening with the growth of the business and the season, and sales. I have to say, sales is what drives everything.
Yeah. So, why is it so important to? Would you say every day you're planting and harvesting?
Because my take on, yes, we are.
Yep.
That's the short answer. 5-6 days we're planting, but that, to give context, we're growing super fast crops. So
sure.
DTM is called days to maturity, so we're constantly tracking our DTM. And the radish microgreens, which we grow naturally in soil and sunshine, in some of the 6 days. It's a super fast turnaround. So if we're planting them 3 times a week, it's just very fast moving.
Yeah.
The baby leaf salad that we direct seed with our precision seeders, from seed to harvest in summer, 17 days. So it's pretty quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And in terms of how you grow these vegetables and salads, how does the way you do it differ to the conventional way? You mentioned just sunlight just then.
Yeah.
And you talked about hydro, something where they do it in water.
So we're in New Zealand anyway. There's no mandate for labelling foods. In some instances, like if you buy a salad downtown and it's grown hydroponically, it's not going to say that. Typically, It doesn't. So we are growing in soil. We make our own compost. We're doing everything what I like to call traditional.
Yep.
The byline for Roebuck Farm is agrarian innovation, and agrarian is the best of all the old ways.
Okay.
And the innovation in the last 20 years, the goat of market gardening, Elliot Coleman, he's now 86, he's in Maine, author. He also invented some small-scale tools. So we're about 2/3 of an acre. Currently we're 150 garden beds.
Yeah.
That on average we plant 4 times a year. The greenhouse beds 6 times a year. So you do the numbers on that. There's a lot of replanting, we'll say that way.
Yeah.
And so the small tools that Elliot invented really helped to gain some time back, and also not to have to work so hard. So we deliver within 10 kilometres. There's no tractor, no diesel. Basically the farm runs off batteries and drills. We've got a tiny cultivator just for the surface. It's called a tilther.
Yeah.
I'm sure Jake's videoed and you'll see that.
Yeah, we've got some clips.
The greens harvester for cutting salad, again, runs off a drill. And so I've got a lot of mentors, and one of the biggest things that hit me from Jean Martin Fortier was the one thing you don't have on the farm is time. Once you honour that, things start becoming more efficient. And last thing I add in, if we look at Toyota manufacturing and their lean manufacturing, two really easy ones there to navigate. If muda is waste, if we can identify waste and eliminate it, you'll never finish, but That makes a big change, and then Kaizen is always little improvements. Those two together make, so we're continually getting smoother.
Yeah. No, I did want to touch on the lean management because there's been a few standout lessons, especially that ones that I want to share with the viewers, because I'm not a farmer and a lot of my viewers aren't farmers, but there's definitely, I mean, what we are interested in is health and improving quality of life.
Yep.
And yeah, I think farming definitely plays a role in that, especially after my time here. You know, one of the lessons was community, seeing how integrated you are with your community. Yeah, how important has that been for Roebuck Farm?
It's been crucial. We built this from nothing. There was nothing on the property when we bought it.
Yeah.
Just a bit of grass, and yeah, without our support around us, I think your immediate community's quite often your family, which is our case. And as we began trading and selling, especially with the salad, so we have our own fridges in the independent fishery, the independent butcher. We supply 8 restaurants, and then we're also, since COVID, been supplying Pack and Save New Plymouth, and in the last 12 months, New World New Plymouth. I think behind these business fronts, it's some great people and working with them and just looking after them, and that being reciprocal.
Yeah.
So people think we're salad, maybe vegetarian even, because we grow salad, but it's quite the opposite. We produce all our own proteins. We holistically graze sheep, not for an income, for land management, breeding and diet. We eat nose to tail, and yeah, we are able to trade raw milk, fish. We have a young man who's had his hives on our property doing honey.
Oh yeah.
So I guess, to say it this way, you can't grow and produce everything, but with good people you can trade it.
Yeah.
Makes a big difference.
For sure. Yeah, the raw milk down the road has been lovely, and yeah, that's another example of just having that community and you guys just exchange, and yeah, it's great, and big inspiration for me. I mean, I've always liked or been drawn to the idea of bigger is better, and it's been something sort of hard to swallow while I've been here. You saying, it really does work small, and there's a lot of value in doing it things small scale and having a like tighter community. But yeah, I guess I've just been taught that bigger is better, and even like in the context of social media, like more followers, more the globalization, and learning and accepting that small is like works, and you can really thrive, and is maybe even more fulfilling in ways when you have that community.
There's no way that things have to be, but this is from Elliot Coleman and Jean Martin Fortier adopted the saying. So their philosophy is we need more production by the masses rather than mass production.
Yeah.
And there's room to
more local.
Yeah. So our early adoption of supplying just the supermarket chain in New Plymouth, our city of 80,000 people, we don't go further than 10 kilometres from the farm. It's quite radical these days, but we'd like to see that. We've navigated some bureaucracy to get into the supermarkets under our terms and conditions. There's no reason why local businesses can't be in local supermarket chains worldwide. Like the feedback we get, so we stock and rotate our fridges, and then we operate on a consignment basis. So we are stocking our fridges in some instances daily, and it's amazing the feedback we get from customers shopping, telling us why they're choosing our product, how their children are eating food again. They're very thankful, and yes, we've got a lot of. It's not anonymous being in the supermarket. I'll say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And bring it back to health. There's great health benefits from eating local too, which I think don't get enough of less of a footprint in terms of like food miles and things, but also, yeah, in terms of health, like eating locally grown food carries the nutrients to help you thrive in that environment.
Nice way to say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another lesson I learnt here, you told me that a lot of farmers are doing it tough, but the few that are doing it better are open to learning.
Yeah.
Why is that so crucial?
This is a conversation I had with one of my mentors, great Australian business Regrarians. Darren's a veteran of Regenag and
Darren Doherty?
Yep, Darren Doherty, Regrarians, amazing farm planner, educator, and Darren's take on it is that those that are more successful, I'm not saying that it's easier, but they're lifetime learners. Yeah, and that's what I enjoy about farming. Enjoying it more than ever each year. Even it's not always like utopia. We just had a double recession in New Zealand. We had a huge cyclone. Prior to that, we had Gabrielle. Gabrielle was the cyclone. Prior to that, we had COVID.
Right.
So we're navigating, changing a lot through those tough times. But super rewarding working with the land, and being a food producer. Like I said, the health benefits of farming well are the main reason to be farming, I think.
Yeah, and that applies to all endeavours, but keeping an open mind, always learning, always a student, things are always changing, so yeah, definitely an important lesson. Lean management, can we go any deeper into that?
Yep.
So,
Yep.
Again, yeah, applies to farming, but also life and business.
Yeah,
businesses.
Absolutely. Plus to life. I'd like to make a comment about movement in a second, but but any type of business. We run a lot of events here, big tours and so on. And we had a big tour, and a guy came up to me afterwards, and I presented, everything we're doing and the influence lean has had on us. And he hit me up after the talk and he said, "Oh, hey mate, I'm into lean too." He said, "I got a toilet paper business," and we just hit it off for like an hour and a half.
Nice.
We're doing nutrient-dense vegetables. He's doing toilet paper. It's the principles, I think. It's the philosophy that the Japanese have done an amazing job at. Just Google lean manufacturing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And so we're continually improving. I think one of the changes that I saw in how I look at our business going into COVID, we're predominantly restaurant and retail, and then everything stopped. We started at the supermarket day 3 of COVID, and we've been at the supermarket now 5 years without increasing the size of our farm. What that allowed us to do is to sell more fast-growing crops. But what I realised with that increase in production off the same physical footprint was that the parts of our business that added value or drive revenue, the main ones are planting and harvesting.
Yeah.
And that really helped me look towards those activities, and rather than being traditional 2 big harvests and deliveries a week, we'll switch to every morning harvest followed by planting, and we're still working like that. So this morning we're same thing. We're pretty much harvesting plant, and then continue with other farm activities after that.
Yeah.
So it's the way of looking at what is the most valuable part of your production that brings value to your customer and revenue into the business. And then I think one part that's not talked about a lot in terms of lean is, if we think of it as lean, is the human movement on your landscape. And I think that's a crucial part. I'm 52, farming 33 years all around the world, and I see a lot of people, I say younger than me, really physically, they've just done it hard physically.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you see the older people with the hunchback, from like years working in the farm, but I couldn't imagine that being you when you're older, after seeing, the way you move around. You're very conscious about posture and how you're moving your body and not wasting energy.
Sure, and my advantage being half the size of all my colleagues growing up was, I had to think about how I could do it smarter or differently. I couldn't just, do the work that I couldn't. I didn't have the strength of a 120 kg guy.
Yep.
And yeah, just also looking. Another mentor, Nicole Masters. She's a Kiwi that lives in Montana, and author of an amazing book called For the Love of Soil. Yep. She's got a saying: the most dangerous words in food production. This is the way we've always done it. And I think the only guarantee we have in life is change. And yeah, so I kind of pride myself on trying to live outside of the box and keeping open to different styles of food production, lifestyle, and I really like looking cross sectors at within different types of movement, like Pilates, like martial arts, Taekwondo, and picking out what's relevant to the movement you're doing in your daily life, farming. You know, if we're an orchard, it's quite different. You're up trees a lot, whereas we're working at the ground level a lot. It's about context. Yep.
I love the concept of making health cool again.
Nice. Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, I'm still growing up, but like younger, it was cool to drink, smoke, party, go on a bender, see how far you could push yourself, and I suffered from that. So that's why I really like the idea of making health cool again. There's these health influencers that I follow, and they're young, and that's kind of the message that I'm trying to push. And I think it's gaining traction. And yeah, as we said, farming definitely relates to health. And can we make farming cool? And I think it's definitely a worthy mission. I don't know, what are your thoughts on that?
Yep, love it. It's kind of, years ago I was like, farming is my new surfing. Surfing's my real holiday.
Sure.
It's really nice to be deeply connected to your food production. The seasons, the improving your soil and your management and your skills as you go. And there's no mastery in this. As soon as you kind of get a bit ahead of yourself with that, Mother Nature's going to sort you out pretty quick. She's going to humble you pretty quick. So, I'd like to think that I can do this into an older age, and it's an honour to be feeding people good food and to feel appreciated for doing that.
Nice, yeah. And with farmers getting older, and there is more of an opportunity for young farmers. That's why I think making farming cool, especially from the lens of younger people, is important. What sort of opportunities are there going to be for younger people as farmers get older? Is that something we're thinking about?
Definitely, it's a big conversation. It's a good one to bring up. We don't know what it'll look like, but if you look at some of the stats, it's pretty much a given that a lot of land ownership is going to change hands in the next 2 decades.
Yeah, right.
Just with the age of farmers, especially in the Western world, it's no different anywhere else. But you look across Australia, New Zealand, USA, the age of farmers is pretty up there.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of change of land ownership. Whatever, interested to see what that looks like.
Yep.
I'm particularly interested in generational food production. We've set this business up from nothing. So we've built the family farm with our family. From the ground up, which is pretty crazy undertaking. So I'm really interested to see, like I know your grandfather has a vineyard. I'm really interested to see the next gen, travelling the world, broadening their horizons, but also returning back to the family landscape. And either stacking in an enterprise, or I think I'd like to maybe finish up with this one. I think the main difference in being an entrepreneur and a food producer, to be successful these days, it's what we're seeing is you have to be the middle person, you have to be the marketer, which makes sense to be providing your food locally. So if you're a beef farmer and you can rather than just selling your beef as a commodity, you can put them through a local butcher, sell them to your local people. I think we need to be trying to find how we can keep hold of that middle dollar.
Yeah, for sure. All right, thank you, Jodi.
Joyce.
It's been a pleasure.
Yep, likewise.
All right. Don't mind the bed hair. Just wanted to close out this video. I hope you enjoyed the conversation between Jodi and I. I really did learn a lot. Staying with him is, it's just a wealth of knowledge, and still processing it, and I'm sure I will be drawing from that experience for a long time to come. So I hope you guys got something out of it, and be sure to check his Instagram and YouTube out. I'll leave links to those in the description. Next farm is Levenvale. I actually arrived there today, and you guys will be seeing some content from there as well. Expect a reflection video on my last couple farm stays coming shortly. All right, peace.